Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Now, I have before you is one of the greatest legends in female bodybuilding. As you know, she is a two-time Miss International champion and considered one of the best posers of all time. This is one Miss Yolanda Hughes Haying. Now, Miss Haying was born October the 30th of 1963 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now, she was raised by her grandmother along with four other children. And as a young girl, her grandmother wanted her young Yolanda to pursue an interest in gymnastics. Now, Yolanda spent time at the local youth center exploring interest in sports and physical fitness. At Murfreesboro High, she excelled academically in areas of psychology and geography. Some of my words are good as this, but all right. By her senior year in high school, she competed in both local and state level track, and was in various and won various titles, notably the 110 hurdles, the 100 meter dash, the long jump, and the 440 relay. Color genetics was her primary focus. She wanted to become a world-class Olympic gymnast. She competed in both local and state competitions in hopes to fulfill her ultimate dream. By the time she graduated from high school, she accepted a full scholarship to Western Kentucky University in '81. While in college, Yolanda continued competing in both track and field and gymnastics. During her gymnastics training session, she met the legendary Hillbilly Jim. You know, he was a WWE legend. I mean, he was, if you go back to, this is from like a man, XA, Gucci 23 and Reach Watchers, you know who Hillbilly Jim was, But Jim was also a local bodybuilder. And he approached Yolanda about doing a local show, and she was interested in participating as women's bodybuilding. Now, she wasn't into the idea of bodybuilding, but the more she talked to Jim, the more he convinced her. So with little than only 4 weeks worth of preparation, she competed in her first show, where she placed second at that show. Now, by '82, she moved to California and enrolled at Saddleback College. And she became a walk-on for the track team. And with a performance, she got a partial scholarship and pursued education also into physical fitness and track at Saddleback. During she time, she kept up both her interest in bodybuilding and gymnastics. By '84, the scholarship at Saddleback ran out, and she decided to fully pursue her career as a professional bodybuilder. As a bodybuilder, period. So the professional was amateur, but she wanted to pursue her career into bodybuilding. So she finally, later that year, she competed at a show and won a national qualifier in women's bodybuilding. She trained at the San Clemente gym, where she got support from many of the regular gym attendees and from the gym staff. Now, at the time, she won her first next show, which took third, and then gained wealth and knowledge from that experience. Then in '91, she took second at the USA Nationals. During the time at Clemente, she met a German gentleman by the name of Thomas Haying, who later became a husband. Thomas was visiting the U.S. and he met Yolanda at San Clemente. They both had shared both endeavors in fitness and bodybuilding. And they later on fell in love, eventually got married. Now, by '92, her and Thomas moved back to his hometown in Germany. She was the only black person in the community, but she adjusted to the change of the environment. During her time, she was very much respected and well welcomed by the community, and she also contributed by helping the local gym by introducing aerobics. That same year, she became an IBF pro by winning the '92 World Amateur Championship. Now, by '92, she made her debut at Miss Olympia, where she placed 8th. And she competed in both Miss International and Miss Miss Olympia in 93. But 97, 98, by 97, she won Miss International and won again in 98. And those were two highest, pretty much at her highest level at Miss Olympia. She took second at 98, coming close to, the current Miss Olympia at that time, Kim Javeski. Back in 96, she took third place. But she took some breaks between that time where she probably missed out some opportunities to probably do pretty good, but that's not here or there. Now, after the 98, she came back and took third at the Miss International in 99. But she decided she wanted to retire. Because of her great Olympic gymnastic background, many judges considered Yolanda one of the best posers. She was very, all you gotta do is, like, if you ever get a chance, Google her on YouTube. You find some videos of her. She was amazing. I mean, you'll see a lot of bodybuilders that did handstands and splits and stuff like that. It was just, she was one of those few early people who did it. After she retired in 99, she started, getting into consulting and training in sports. Now, in 2001, she got into a pole dancing class, and later on, she started teaching pole dancing and some other forms of erotic dancing, and even had a class. And then she moved to Vancouver, Washington the next year and had started her own pole dancing and aerobics classes. But in 2002, she made a cameo appearance in the movie Rollerball, which starred LL Cool J and Chris Klein. Now, Rollerball was a remake of a classic sci-fi cult classic, which starred James Caan, and this was this it's a spinoff. I won't call it a spinoff. It's a remake. The movie didn't do as good, but it was her first and only appearance in a major motion picture. Previously, she was living in Washington State with her boyfriend, but now I think they're broken up because I follow her on Facebook, and she's single, but she still does stuff within the sport of bodybuilding, consulting, helping bodybuilders train, prepare, and also posing. Now, she's a legend. I mean, and it's just, one thing is that she's one of those bodybuilders that sometimes get kind of forgotten during that time, because, you had Linda Murray and you had Kim Javeski and several others, but she did pretty good for herself. Now, following her career, she's, as you know, her first show was back in '84 at the Iron Maiden NBC, where she took second place as heavyweight. Then that same year, she competed at the Western American Championships, which took fourth as a heavyweight. She took some time off and came back in '88 and competed at the LA Championships and took second place as a heavyweight. The Orange County Classic, which took first place heavyweight at overall, and the USA Championships, which took sixth place as a heavyweight. Then the same year, and then the next year, '89, she competed at the USA Championships, which she placed fifth as a heavyweight. Then next year, the '90 Nationals, which took third as a heavyweight. That same year, the U.S. Championships, which took fourth as a heavyweight. '91, she competed at the Nationals, which took third as a heavyweight. The USA Championships, she took second as a heavyweight. And then she took second at the World Amateur Championships as a heavyweight. '92, she won. That's when she won the World Amateur Championships, and then she was able to get her pro card and debut at the Miss Olympia, where she took 8th. '93, she competed at the Miss Nationals, where she took 5th. That same year, Miss Olympia, she took 11th. Then a good showing in '94, where she took 3rd place at the Miss International, and then 8th place at the Miss Olympia. She skipped the Miss International in '95 and competed at Miss Olympia, took 11th. And skipped Miss International in '96 and competed at Miss O, which took 4th. She competed in '97 at the Miss International and took the 1st place and took 3rd place at Miss O that same year. In '98, she took a second first place at Miss International, and then had a great showing where she took second at Miss O in '98. And then she competed at the Miss International, took 3rd. And I feel she should have competed at the '99 Miss Miss O, because that was the year where they almost didn't have Miss O, so they had to scrap one together. And I think it was only like 12, 13 competitors, but I think she would have done pretty good if she competed that year. But she decided that she wanted to retire. But that's always the thing with the sport, it's always seen when you see some legends just walk away and just, you want to see they could have done more if they really wanted to, but they choose to. I think because judging, and I think after '98, I think she was really kind of burnt out. But I think she's one of the greatest women of all time, and I think she's up there. And I think I always call her, like, she's on the list we call Miss Olympia, could have been Miss Olympia. Like her husband was the bridesmaid or never a bride. If you enjoy the page, like, subscribe. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.